Well, in this video, I hope to kind of transform the look of this 66 Mustang Convertible. It's got the, just an old school original look to it with the wire spoke looking hubcaps. Those are actually 14-inch hubcaps. And I want to do that by, I want to transform the look by changing the wheels and tires. So it's got the, the thin white walls. It looks cool, but I want to put on, I'm going to get these out. I want to wash the little bit of slime from where they mounted them up. They did a good job not gashing up the rims because these are real soft aluminum. So they did a good job, but a little bit of slime on the rims, and I want to wash off all that blue off them white letters and let them shine through. So this will be kind of the before, and hopefully it'll be an old school sort of muscle look when we change these out. All right, so I got the hose out. I put just a regular hose with a jet nozzle or the jet setting on it, and it pretty well took off. I'm gonna guess 90% of the blue. So that's what that's what it looks like after the hose. Of course, that's what it looked like before. I got a little tub of soap water. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can't scrub all that blue off now. And also the gunk that was on the rims, pretty well all of it came off with just the hose. So I'll clean them up real well here. All right, well, I took some soap water to that one and cleaned up real well. The white looks white. There's no hint of blue anywhere. Cleaned up the rim real well, front and back. And again, that compared to that one hasn't been touched yet. So I'll get them all cleaned up and we'll get it put on the car. I am going to put just the slightest dab of anti-seize on these lugs. They are already a little rusty, and I don't want to run into trouble down the line. Before, after. This camera does not do a very good job of picking up light. I pulled the car out as close to the door as I feel comfortable. It's just missed raining today, and I don't want to pull the car out in it. These wheels look awesome on here, guys. This is just the look that I was going for. So a couple of things to keep in mind if you're going to do this exact same package on yours. The 215 65-15 tires are a bit wider and a bit taller than the originals, and I'll put a clip in here to show. The old is a 185 75-14, and the new is, where did I just see that? Oh, there it is, 215 65-15. That's what they look like that way. That's what they look like that way. Okay, so they're a little bit bigger. They were, according to like the tire size calculators that I was looking at online, they'll keep my speedometer pretty close, maybe a mile or two off. I can't remember exactly. Clearance is an issue when I turn just a little bit. This side, when I turn to the right a little bit, I can still just keep my finger in there, but barely. So you may or may not have to massage the corner of your fender a bit to get your, to get clearance, which is not a big issue. Okay, so there's the clearance at the top when it's all the way turned to the left. There's the clearance at the bottom. I got plenty of clearance down there. I mean, I can't even tell that the clearance changed from the old tires. The rears appear to be good. I don't think there's going to be any issue. I think they'll clear, vertically with the suspension for the most part. I mean, I guess if I hit a monster bump, there might be a problem there, but I really don't want to roll these fenders if I can help it, but if I have to, I'll do that later on. I shouldn't have to. These are a knockoff. This is Ion Alloy is the company that makes these. These are a knockoff of the American Racing Whole Shot 2. I mean, they look just like them. The American Racing Outlaw 2s are out of stock everywhere right now in the aluminum finish. This is the machined aluminum finish. But these Ion alloys are available. So that's why I went with these. I would kind of prefer the American Racing just because I've had them on other vehicles. They're a good rim. I like them. But I can't really see any difference between these and those. So the center caps on these got that red stripe on them. It goes okay with this car. Now, if you got a blue car or something, it's going to be more noticeable. But the center cap on these is aluminum. So the American Racing, sometimes you can get some moisture back in behind that cap, and those American Racings are steel. I think they're chrome plated steel. But anyhow, I've seen guys doing, online that are complaining about they're getting rust stains down their rims from those American Racing wheels. So with this being aluminum, I won't have to worry about that. So I am happy about that. If you're going to do this, these splined, they're like a weird little spline lug nuts. These are really common, easy to find. I think it's a 1/2 inch 20 thread, I think is the nuts that you'll need on those. But there's a clearance issue if you use the standard nuts. There's a clearance issue with the cap when you go to put the tool on. So you'll need these little splined ones. If you call around, or if you call Tires Wheels Direct, they'll know just what you're looking for, or TireRack.com. I think they were included in the price too. Tires Wheels Direct sent me valve stems and lug nuts included with the wheels. And they come with this tool. This tool has, engages those splines. It's metric out here on the end, and it's standard 13/16 on here. So that's kind of a handy little tool. It's steel, looks plastic, looks aluminum or something, but it is steel. So I just used that with my standard deep well socket, and didn't have any troubles. Again, these are aluminum rims. Did I mention they're clear coated? They're aluminum machine finish, but they're clear coated, so I won't have to worry about, oxidation and stuff. So I'll treat them just like clear coat paint. So just wash them, dry them. Hell, you could even wax them if you wanted to. But because they're aluminum, I'm gonna carry my breaker bar and that tool with me. And probably the first little trip will be, a couple of miles. I'll come back home and I'll make sure they didn't loosen up. Then I'll probably go a little bit longer, check them, make sure they didn't loosen up. Aluminum rims are notorious for loosening off. So, if you've ever had that happen, it sticks in your mind. When you do it one time, you'll remember it. And I have lost a wheel going down the road. And buddy, let me tell you, it's fresh in my mind all the time. So, and I know plenty of other guys that have done the same thing. So keep an eye on your lug nuts. Make sure they're not backing off on you. This, I guess I didn't really talk about the car. This is a family car. My grandpa bought this car back in like 2002, 2003, I think. He bought it used. He bought it in northern Ohio. And it was a terrible condition. He took it to a restoration shop. So Grandpa spared no expense. I think it was in a restoration shop for a year or thereabouts. I don't know. It's been a while now. And they cut out the floors. They cut out the bracing. I think they replaced the shock towers. I think it got new quarters. I'm pretty sure it got new fenders. They went through this thing and put it back to new condition. So anyhow, it's a family car. I bought this car from the family recently. They cut me a deal, but I still paid a lot of money for it. But I wanted to be sure that it stays in the family, and that was the deal when I bought it. It's going to stay in the family. So I think I created a problem with putting these wheels on, though. It was something that I had not anticipated. And I don't think it's going to be safe for my nephews to drive this car. I'm kind of wondering if I ought to let my wife drive it even. Now, I am 41 years old. I'm balding. I'm fat. And I've always been kind of ugly, but time is not helping me out in that. So I think I'll be safe to drive this car because this is a sharp-looking car. These wheels set it off. The problem is, I'm not so much afraid for my wife. I don't think men will throw themselves at her as much, but if my nephews get caught out, they put the top down on this car. They're young, good-looking guys. If they were to get caught out, the women are just going to throw themselves at this car and them boys. So I'm afraid they'll kill somebody, cause wrecks and stuff. So, boys, I know you're watching this video. I'm afraid that it's not going to be safe for you to drive this car. So, anyhow, on that note, guys, I'll leave the part number for the rims in the description down below. I hope you like this video. If you're doing something like this, I hope I was able to help you. Click that thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos of me working on this car or working out here in the barn, click the subscribe button. Until the next video, keep on tinkering.